Welcome. Y'all ready? It's going down. Ladies. She's got a show. 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 Is she the new? Is she the truth? Or is it false? Eyelashes, lip gloss. How much did that cost? Ain't no BS boss. Left being employed, she got a show. Floss, dentistry, officer in the streets, local or industry, Ghana or Italy, Bishop or Kennedy, her drive infinity. You feeling me? He should have Q45 Ninja is
Fantastic. You ready to get this thing on?
OTD in front of your PC, we running your TVs.
Akisha Lockhart here for She's Got a Show, and we're at Riff Music Lounge in Chicago. I'm sitting next to Denver Broncos wide receiver and R&B singer Napalm. Napalm, how are you feeling right now? Because this is, I would imagine you have the same kind of feel like right before a big game. Are you nervous? We have like less than an hour before we start partying and celebrating your release. How are you feeling?
It's a couple jitters. But it's not really being nervous. It's like scared, but it's just nervous like I want to do well. You know what I'm saying? And it is similar to going out on the field. It's not as big of a crowd yet, but it definitely does give me that same kind of feel.
Okay, so the name of the mixtape is Life as a Bachelor, correct? Okay, so the ladies out there want to know, is art imitating life? Are you a bachelor?
I am a bachelor. I'm not married.
Okay.
I'm not married.
So now the women out there are going to continue to watch my interview because you're not. So thank you so much for that. They're like, okay, well, we can keep watching. So why is that? Because I mean, you're a good-looking man, and you obviously you got a lot of great things going on. So why do you think it's so that you are still a bachelor?
You know, I just think I'm in the time of life where I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to just settle down 100% all the way. Now, if the right lady comes along and, you know, she steals my heart away, then let's do it. But, I mean, my first EP that I put out was Rest in Peace to My Heart, and I wanted to give y'all the next chapter, which was what happens after a breakup. And that's just, you know, you go out, you turn up, you have fun, you kind of live life, and that's what it became, life as a bachelor. So, and that's kind of where I'm at in life right now, you know. I'm having fun, I got to focus, I got one goal in mind, and I just don't want to get distracted. And I think right now, having a significant relationship would definitely kind of detour my focus a little bit. I mean, because you got to get that other person 100%. If you can't give them 100%, then, you know, why give them anything at all?
Okay, I like that. So one other thing about this whole relationship thing, what do you look for in a woman? Because you do have a lot of stuff going on, and I'm pretty sure you just can't have anybody. You just can't have anybody, any chick around. So what do you look for? What are your standards?
Well, I like a smart woman. I like a woman that knows how to carry herself, and that she takes pride in her appearance. But also, you got to have some personality. I'm a goofy dude. I'm silly sometimes. You got to be able to laugh with me and make me laugh as well as be able to laugh from me trying to do goofy things. And also, you know, I am a football player, so I got a little bit of testosterone. You got to be able to handle me at all times, you know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, I don't really look for much. I like all types of women. So as long as you're yourself, you're not really trying to impress me, you got your own thing going, I'm pretty much interested, so.
Okay, ladies, you can thank me later for that. No problem. Thank me later. So let's get back to the essence of this mixtape. So you're getting ready to release it. I follow him on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow and support him like I do, and he follows me back, which I appreciate it. So I saw a picture of you with Trey Songz after one of his concerts. So I'm curious to know, big bro, okay, I'm curious to know, do you have any collaborations that we need to know about? Are you collabing with anybody?
I got to keep it under wraps for right now. I got to keep it under, but we're working on a few things. I definitely don't want to put out everybody because I don't want people to get their hopes up. But when it happens, people will know. I'm definitely going to be one of the first ones to tell you so. But nah, Trey is a big brother. I look more to Trey as like a mentor than to do collaborations, though. You know what I'm saying? it's kind of hard. Me being an NFL player, I kind of understand when you get certain people around you, it's like you don't really want them always talking to you about football. You know, you just want them to just be around, just to be cool. So that's kind of the role that I have with Trey. And, you know, we used to hang out when I played in Miami. So that's the role that I take there. But as far as other artists, I am working on other artists. So.
Okay. So I want to ask you this question because it's a real situation, right? So we have some athletes that have tried to get into the music industry and not done so well. I hate to drop some names, but Kobe, Shaq, Chris Webber. I mean, it's not me. No, it's not me. But it's real. It's out there. So, did you have any concern as an athlete trying to making the transition to music? Like, you don't have very many role models to look to, make that successful transition.
I love this question. I get it all the time. I tell you, like I tell a lot of people. I was a musician before I was an athlete. I started off playing the drums when I was 3 years old, and I grew up in the church. So I got a music background. So I think it's a little different than somebody who just came into a lot of money and kind of just wants to venture off into that business because it's a hobby. Like, this is something that I love to do. It's something that's always been a part of me. So therefore, like, transitioning into it isn't hard. It's just getting the business and the industry down. That is the challenge for me. But as far as making the music and I just love music, man. Even if I was behind the scenes just writing and doing things like that, I just love music, you know. So, and I love playing football because I know people gonna ask that which one I love more. They equal. But yeah, it's not really that hard when you've actually had a musician background. So
I like that. So something that I really admire about you, because again, we follow each other on social media, I've seen you taking on the role of a mentor. Like, you go to schools, you talk to kids, which I think is phenomenal. Because when you're in a position like you're in, to give back like that is what's up. So my question to you is, Charles Barkley actually, he said this, and I've heard so many other people say it before him. You know, all black kids want to do is be entertainers and athletes. When you hear that, because obviously you're both. So when you hear that and you talk to kids, you know, what do you think about that? Because we get a bad, black, especially males, get a bad, you don't want to be doctors. They don't strive to be that because the music industry and athletes are so, it's glamorous life, the women, the cash, all that. So kind of, what's your feel about that?
Well, I'll just tell you, when I go into schools, I always try to challenge the kids to think differently, you know, and there's a lot of kids that I know, they'll raise their hand and they'll be like, you know, I want to be an athlete or I want to be this. But I focus on the kid that raises their hand and says, I want to be a doctor or artist or I want to be, you know, a pediatrician or I want to be an engineer or electrician, things like that. I focus on that to show those kids that want to be athletes that I know you want attention for that because I'm an athlete, but I'm going to give the attention over here to somebody who wants to be different.
Okay.
And that way they can look at that person and be like, you know what, if they want to be a doctor and Napalm thought that was cool, I want to be a doctor too. So that's the way that I approach it. I do understand where Charles Barkley is coming from, and unfortunately that's probably the only way that some of us can get out of our situation growing up is through sports and entertainment. So what I want them to do is be able to dream from early on and instill that early on that you can do whatever you really want to do to get out of your situation. And I mean, I agree with them to a certain extent, but also I want to open it up for everybody. So.
Okay, I like that. So I want to know, and I want to hear a sample. Well, what's your favorite song on this mixtape, and can you give us a sample? Because there's a lot of people out there that unfortunately they're not going to be able to be here. Okay. So do you mind telling us what your favorite song is and giving us a little sample?
Is this a censored show?
If you can, you know, if you can keep it kind of. Okay.
It's the title of it.
Okay.
My favorite song is "My Tongue Makes Love."
Okay, here.
My tongue. Oh, you know, I can do that.
Go ahead and do your thing.
Shadows on the wall, candlelights. It's just me and you here tonight. We both got freaky things in mind. I just wanna. I'll stop right there.
Okay. All right. Well, that was great. So you all make sure you get this mixtape. Before we get ready to wrap it up, because he has a party to get to, I want to ask you, with R&B being what it is, there are a lot of R&B singers out there. What makes you different? Because right now people aren't really buying music. You know, they're getting it for free and all that. And unless you're a big name like a Chris Brown or a Trey Songz, or you know, the list goes on. What makes Napalm different than anybody else that's out there? What makes you unique?
I think my personality comes across through my music. You can hear some of the goofy things, you can hear some of the little slick things that I say, and also like you can hear just the passion. I'm not the best vocalist, but when I do get into a song, you can tell I'm into it. Like I'm trying to hit that note, but the rawness and the grit into it, and the you know, just the raspiness in my voice is definitely what comes across. And I think also I write a lot of relatable songs, you know, and that's it's unisex, you know. And I just really like to open up, and I know there's a male out there that's probably looked at as a macho guy or supposed to be a masculine guy, but I want that guy to be able to know that, you know, we too hurt. You know what I'm saying? We too feel, or we too like get emotional and things like that. So that's what I like to come across as. Some of these guys out here making songs that are scared to be vulnerable in, and I like doing it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what we're going to do now, what we are going to do is we're going to huddle up. I'm the coach right now. We got to huddle up because he's got a big game. We got a performance going on. So we're going to let you guys go so I can give him a pep talk because he needs to get ready. Yeah. He needs to get ready for this. This is a big day. So we're going to bring it in. So for She's Got a Show, I'm Akisha Lockhart. Who are you?
I'm Napalm.
Come on, guys.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for doing that.
To the point of my assassination. Only got super silly on my phone. Hey, fucking I ain't trying to get it. No, I ain't trying to get it on. Get it cooking all night after a long day. You ain't trying to turn out. Bring another bottle. I'm in deep in the liquor because I'm so cold. I'm in a white boy. Frame of mind. Drink it till the liquor.
Show.